So while you were gone, Kinsley Eiley had a leadoff double to start off the bottom of the fourth. And immediately after that, Zoe Sullivan went into courtesy run for her as Eiley goes to get her catcher's gear back on. Currently, there's a 1-2 count for Munger, who grounds that one to second. Throw to first in time for out one, but Sullivan advances to third. Now the Hawkettes have a runner 60 feet away from a score.
Now batting the left fielder, number 17, Morgan Fisher.
It's now back to the top of the lineup with Morgan Fisher at the plate. Fisher had a single on her previous trip. She hits that one to left. It is caught for out two. Now here's the tag up from third to home. Sullivan scores, and it is now a one-run game. Sullivan keeping it interesting as the biggest lead of this game has been by 2 runs. Avery Nelson at the plate with 2 outs right now. First pitch out, or called inside for the first strike. So while the Hawkettes trail by 1, they actually have 1 more hit than the Dragons do. But part of that is because there have been 6 walks already by Emma Munger at the circle. It is now an 0-2 count for Nelson following that foul ball. Wind gusts picking up here. Paxton only 1 strike away from sending us to the top of the 5th. That one outside to make the count 1-2. One-two count as one of the patrol cars from Ankeny PD pulls in for the day. That one is grounded foul. Avery Nelson still staying alive at the plate. But if I were her, I would have let that one go past it as it looked well outside of the strike zone. So here's the 1-2 count. That one is grounded to second again, and the 4-3 putout works for the Dragons. They give up 1 run to make the score 4-3. Hawkettes only down by 1. When we come back, Helgeson, Swally, and Haddle all due up for the Dragons in the top of the 5th. You are watching Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life, it's the Carl way.
6:32 on the dot, and we still have 3 full innings to play yet. Hawkettes currently trail 4-3 against the Johnston Dragons on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert real estate team. Emma Munger is still in the circle for the Hawkettes. Helgeson will lead things off here in the top of the 5th. Helgeson had an RBI single on her previous trip to the plate. Helgeson lets the first one past her as it is high for ball one. And despite all the rain that rolled through earlier this morning, it is very dry out there. When these gusts pick up, the dust shows just how dry it is. That one in the zone to even the count at 1-1. Chloe Helgeson lets another one pass her. Now a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. That one low and in the dirt. Now Helgeson only one ball from making her way to first on a walk. Three 1 count. Here's the pitch from Munger. That one is outside again. So Helgeson reaches on a walk, and those walks just continue to tally against Emma Munger. Emily Swally now at the plate. Seven walks for Munger so far in this game. 1-0 count now after that pitch. Swally let that one go right past her. One 0 count. Here's the pitch. That one is grounded. No double play attempt, but the Hawkettes get out number one following the 5-3 put out. Addison Haddle without a hit yet. She was one of the 7 walks that Munger has given up so far in this game. Her previous time up, she flew out to left field. Trying to get a base hit this time. A potential RBI hit. Oh, 1 count, that one in the zone. One more strike away from out number 2 is Munger. Hasn't been very frequently that Munger has found herself on the positive end of these counts. That one is outside the throw to third, not in time. And another stolen base is tallied on the Dragons' count. Chloe Helgeson taking advantage of the opportunity. And that now opens up the opportunity for a sac fly if Hal can get a hold of it and get it deep. That one high to even the count at 2-2. Emma Munger still only needed one more strike here. She's only had one strikeout, or correction, 2 in this ball game. This one blasted into left center. Caught for out number 3. No tag up though from third to home. So Helgeson stays put, and the lead remains only by 1 run for Johnston. Ella Tilge is now dealing with 2 outs. And now the potential of a sacrifice fly is completely out the window. And that one is high for ball 1. Tilge is one of the 4 runs that the Johnston Dragons have right now. She singled on her previous trip, and she stole home in the previous inning. That one outside again. Wind still blowing strong, but maybe not picking up as much dust as it was when we started this ball game off. That one high again. And we could see walk number 8 for Emma Munger. .3-0 count. Here's the pitch. That one is in the zone. It is the first strike of this trip to the plate for Tilges. Can Munger load the count here with this pitch? That one is outside again. And that is the 8th walk of this game. The throw to home is not in time. The Dragons with another run there.
Now batting the second baseman.
And that was just a wild sequence of events there. And now all of a sudden, Tilges is on second. We are now back to the top of the, correction, not at the top of the order yet. We're at the very bottom of the order with Hemsath. Pettick at the top of the order is currently on deck. Hemsath grounds that one right to the pitcher, but another fielding error occurs. And another single. That throw to second got her. These throwing sequences have been wild, but Ankeny finally gets out number 3. But they do give up a run in the top of the 5th. The Dragons now lead 5-3. You are watching Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks, built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
My team and I know sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a great education. Every pass, serve, and swish develops critical skills like teamwork and perseverance. As an Ankeny mom, I've seen how important they are for success in the classroom and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are a big reason why people love to call Ankeny home. That's why I'm a proud supporter. Whether you're looking to upgrade, downsize, even find a driveway that fits a basketball hoop, I'm here to help at every step and stage of life. But before that, let's cheer on our team.
Arundel, Munger, and Schlee all due up here in the bottom of the 5th for the Hawkettes on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks. It was a very wild top of the 5th with a lot of stolen runs coming off of fielding errors, all of which the Dragons took advantage of, and that is why they lead 5-3. Hawkettes now searching for responses. This is not the sort of game that they were playing yesterday against Southeast Polk. And Hannah Haxton so far has had a pretty solid day. She is still at the circle after 4 full innings of pitching. This is going to be her 5th inning of pitching in this ball game. Dragons breaking things down in the pitcher's circle as they get ready, hopefully for another defensive stand in their favor.
Number 2, Kensington, Erringdale.
Last time that team didn't score a run in an inning was in the bottom of the second. First 2 innings were scoreless. We have seen no scoreless half inning from either team since. Munger grounds that one into the dugout. Correction, Erringdale. Munger is currently on deck. Erringdale with the 0-1 count. That one low to even the count at 1-1. Could see Haxton kicking up some dirt there, and with that dust blowing toward home, it's not necessarily intentional, but you wonder if it could be a potential strategy move for either pitcher going forward. The wind's still blowing strong. That one low again to make it 2-1. Both these teams in a neck-and-neck duel. That one in the zone to even the count at 2-2. Not sure if Erringdale liked that call. Big pitch coming right here from Haxton. That one high, and we now have a loaded count. Erringdale did draw a walk on her previous trip up. She's not been struck out yet. She's also not had a ground out or a fly out. That one outside, and Erringdale draws back-to-back walks. So now Sarah Munger comes to the plate. And out of her 3 home runs this season, 2 of them came in Game 2 against Southeast Polk last night. This one, foul grounder. For how badly this wind is blowing, makes you wonder if maybe they should have considered watering the field to try to reduce some of the dust that's being kicked up. It is everywhere. It's like the Dust Bowl 2.0 out there. 0-1 count here from Munger. Here's Haxton with the pitch. That one is popped up into center field. Caught in right center. Here is... We won't see the tag up there. Erringdale was thinking about it. Had it been in the deep left corner near the fence, she could have had the opportunity, but with where that was hit, she just didn't have it. So now Ava Schlee back up to the plate. She had a sacrifice fly on her previous trip to right field. She's currently dealing with 1 out. The bunt, successful sacrifice bunt as she gets Erringdale to second, but that now pits Ankeny with 2 outs. Now Emerson Hutchins, who was walked on her previous trip, she got a hit before it. Question is, can she get an RBI hit of some sort to try to cut into this deficit? 5-3 right now. That one is called a strike to make the count 0-1. This wind just continuing to blow. 80 degrees our temperature right now. Hutchins lets that one pass her. It is outside to even the count. It is said to be an 11-mile-per-hour wind, but these gusts are probably more than double that. One count here, a swing and a miss for strike two. Now Haxton is only one strike away from sending this thing to the top of the sixth. Bunting position Hutchins is currently in. Now she pulls back. She hits that one foul out of play, landing in the Johnston bullpen. So she still stays alive with that 1-2 count. They get a fresh game ball. Hutchins currently looking for some solid contact and a base hit. If she can drive one into center, it would more than likely result in an RBI hit. That grounder to third is thrown to first in time for out three. And for the first time since the bottom of the second, the Hawkettes come out of an inning scoreless. Dragons still at the 5-3 lead. When we come back, it'll be the top of the order with Pettick, Pitts, and Rainers all due up. You're watching Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
At Ankeny Community School District, we know the power of public education. Your child's preschool, transitional kindergarten, and kindergarten journey begins here with a strong foundation. Certified educators provide an engaging curriculum in safe, nurturing environments. Space is limited for preschool and transitional kindergarten. Experience Ankeny. Preschool is free, and the strong start we provide your little learner is priceless.
A 5-3 ball game here from Ankeny High School. Dragons hoping to catch the Hawkettes off guard after the Hawkettes sweep of 4th-ranked Southeast Polk last night. Two more innings to go here from Ankeny before we get started with game 2 of this doubleheader. Ankeny won the previous meeting 14-7 earlier this year. They're searching for their first 3-game win streak against Johnston since 2012. Pettick hits this one in to right. It is caught at the wall for out number 1. And if the wind was blowing the other direction, that one more than likely would have been gone.
Now batting the left fielder number 2, Reagan Pitts.
So now Reagan Pitts comes back to the plate. She's hoping to try to generate some momentum to try to build upon their current 2-run lead. Tried to bunt that one first, and she didn't pull back, so the count is now 0-1. Both these teams pretty even on paper. Johnston with the record of 7-10 coming in today. Hawkettes with the record of 7-8. They're searching to try to get back above 500. That one fouled off again, and the count now 0-2. Reagan Pitts just trying to get a base hit. She has not had one yet today. She's had flyouts or on her previous trip, she did have a sacrifice fly to right field. That's been her calling card on the previous 2 trips to the plate. 0-2 count right here. That one is just outside. Took our umpire behind the plate more than usual to call that one. This one grounded to third this time. And the 5-3 putout works in favor of the Hawkettes. And for the first time tonight, we might see our very first 1-2-3 inning as Grace Reiners comes to the plate. Reiner is known for that bomb pop color themed bat. She lets the first one pass her for strike 1. Again, neither team yet with a 1-2-3 inning in this ball game. Emma Munger searching for the first. That one in the zone for strike 2. Good little sink on it at the very end there. She did a good job of fooling the batters from Southeast Polk yesterday with that pitch. She's now 1 strike away from sending it to the bottom of the 6th. That one outside for ball 1. One, 2 count. That one hitting the dirt before it even got across the plate. So just like that, we were back to an even count at 2-2. One more strike sends us to the bottom half. That one is outside, and now, just like that, the count is loaded. Grace Reiners has been walked 3 times in this ball game. Right here could be her 4th. And that one hit her at that. Basically the same output.
Now batting the pitcher, number 35, Hannah Haxton.
So now Hannah Haxton. She was walked her first 2 times up. She'd a fly out to left field on her previous trip up. That one. Another strike. We heard contact made on it before it went into the glove of Eiley. That one outside to even the count. It looked like Reiners wanted to steal. She saw how high that was and thought maybe this was her opportunity. A good grab out of there by Eiley. No steal that time either. It is now a 1-2 count. One more strike from sending us to the bottom of the 6th. That one in the dirt. Now here's the throw to second. The tag is not in line. So the count is now 2-2, and Reiner is in scoring position. Hannah Haxton searching for a base hit. That one is fouled. A base hit in the right location could get Reiners around to make it 6-3. The wind just continuing to blow here at Ankeny High School. This one hit into right field. Here's the throw to home. It is not in line. And an RBI single goes for Haxton as it gets Reiners around to make it 6-3 in favor of the Dragons. This is the biggest lead by either team in this ball game.
Tegan Halverson, the courtesy runner at first, and now batting the third.
Tegan Halverson, courtesy running in place of Haxton at first. That one grounded foul again. The Johnston third base coach decided to catch that like a soccer ball to her right foot. Maybe she's been watching a little bit of the FIFA World Cup and trying to learn some footwork from the pros. 0-1 count right here for Helgeson. This one popped up, and it is caught for out number 3. Ankeny once again giving up a run, and Johnston now with a 6-3 lead. When we come back, it is Bach, Eiley, and Munger all due up for the Hawkettes on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet, with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life. It's the car away.
Bottom of the 6th here from Ankeny High School, and the Hawkettes down by 3 against the Johnston Dragons, a team that they beat 14-7 earlier this year. At this pace, it looks like Hannah Haxton and Emma Munger will each make it through all 7 innings for their respective teams. Munger basically pitched an entire game yesterday against Southeast Polk. Although she'd only given up 1 run against the Rams, she has given up 6 here today against Johnston. Briley Bach will lead it off for the Hawkettes in the bottom of the 6th. And with the bottom of the order here, this is not the best position to be in if you're an Ankeny fan. Yeah, might not even see the top of the order until the bottom of the 7th. However, we have not seen a 1-2-3 inning yet by either team. Now an outside for ball 1. Briley Bach hasn't been walked yet. She's gonna ground out to right to the pitcher on her first trip up, and then a fly out to left field. On outside again. Bach now dealing with a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch from Haxton. That one, contact made, but it is foul. Rolling back into play. 2-1 count now for Bach. Pitch here from Haxton. That one is in play right to Haxton. And a 1-3 put out tallies out number 1 for the Dragons here in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting the catcher, number 26,
Kinsley Eiley. She had a double, a leadoff double at that, back in the bottom of the 4th. Just hoping for the same success on this time around. That one high for ball 1. If you're an Ankeny fan, you're only 5 outs away from losing game number 2 of this homestand. This one hit up into shallow right, caught for out number 2. Once again, we are on track for a 1-2-3 inning. The question is, can Haxton complete it here against Emma Munger here at the plate? Munger only with 1 hit this season. This is her 17th trip to the plate. Her batting average below .071. Munger gets contact here, but it is foul. Off to an early 0-1 count for her. On the baseball diamond, Dragons have built themselves up to an 11-5 lead. They are currently in the top of the 7th over there. That one in the zone. Now Haxton only needs 1 more strike for the first 1-2-3 inning by either team in this ball game. Oh-2 count. Here's the pitch from Haxton. That one outside. Munger's been ready to come flying out of the box here. Being a lefty, that makes her just a little bit closer to first. You don't typically see that approach out of the righties. That one grounded right to Haxton again. A 1-3 put out in the first 1-2-3 inning by either team of this ball game. When we come back, Swally, Haddle, and Tilges all due up for the Dragons as they lead 6-3. You're watching Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
My team and I know sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a great education. Every pass, serve, and swish develops critical skills like teamwork and perseverance. As an Ankeny mom, I've seen how important they are for success in the classroom and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are a big reason why people love to call Ankeny home. That's why I'm a proud supporter. Whether you're looking to upgrade, downsize, even find a driveway that fits a basketball hoop, I'm here to help at every step and stage of life. But before that, let's cheer on our team.
Welcome back to Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks, built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team. It is currently a 6-3 ball game. The Johnston Dragons leading.
Reminder, after the conclusion of this game, we urge everyone to remain in their seats as we'll be honoring the Hawkette grandparents again following this game.
Munger still dealing pitches out from the circle.
The catcher, number 4,
Emily Swally will lead it off here in the top of the 7th for the Dragons. She has grounded out on all 3 of her previous trips to the plate. This one hit into center field. That one is caught at the wall. And from up here, we were wondering if that thing was going to make its way over despite the strong northwest wind.
Now batting the center fielder, number 5, Addison Haddle.
And after the effort from Avery Nelson, the Hawkettes already have 1 out. That one outside for ball 1. Addie Haddle. Her previous 2 trips have been flyouts to left field. She does not have a hit yet in this game. That one is fouled. The count even at 1-1. Dragons have scored a run in each of the last 2 innings. Haddle now dealing with a 2-1 count following that pitch. The Dragons have not been held scoreless since the top of the 2nd. This one is hit into left field, and it is fouled again. So the count 2-2. Haddle still alive at the plate. And that one was just out of reach of Morgan Fisher. She's seen a lot of action tonight with the amount of hits that went her direction. She was playing a little too close to left center to be able to reel that one in. I think Haddle thought that one was going to hit her and she was just going to take it, but it just missed her. The count, however, is now full at 3-2. One more ball would mean either the 9th or 10th walk of this game. We'll have to count here following that one. So it brings Tilges back to the plate, who was walked on her previous trip. And after that walk by Haddle, that is 10 walks for Munger in this game. That one fouled, and it is out of play. So the count now 0-1 for Tilges. Ava Schley was hoping that that ball would have stayed just in play for her to catch it. She was unable to without it clipping the edge of the roof of the Ankeny dugout. This one grounded to third. No double play attempt, but the throw to first in time for out number 2. And now at the very bottom of the order, Olivia Hemsath comes to the plate.
Batting the second baseman, number 6, Olivia Hemsath.
She's currently dealing with 2 outs. She does have a runner in scoring position. That one outside for ball 1. Tilges was thinking about trying to steal right there. Correction, not Tilges, is Haddle, who's currently waiting on second. This one hit into left center as it gets on the ground. The throw to home is on line. A huge tag out from Eiley keeps the deficit at 3. And when we come back, it'll end where it all started. The top of the lineup all due up for the Hawkettes on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
At Ankeny Community School District, we know the power of public education. Your child's preschool, transitional kindergarten, and kindergarten journey begins here with a strong foundation. Certified educators provide an engaging curriculum in safe, nurturing environments. Space is limited for preschool and transitional kindergarten. Experience Ankeny. Preschool is free, and the strong start we provide your little learner is priceless.
Hawkettes on their last breath right now. They are 3 outs away from dropping their second home game of this 6-game homestand. Right now they currently trail by 3 against a team that they have beaten previously this season. This is game 2 out of 3 against the Dragons this year for the Hawkettes. Game 3 to come after this. Paxton is looking to complete this game, pitching all 7 innings from the circle. Morgan Fisher will lead it off for the Hawkettes here in the bottom of the 7th. Down 3 runs in need of a miracle. We've seen a lot of hits near that center field wall, but just not quite enough to go over as the wind is blowing northwest to southeast from center field to home plate. That one outside for ball one. As Fisher lets the first one past her. If there is anything that could help, it's that Fisher is second in the CMIL in stolen bases this year. She came in today with 11. If she can get on base, she does know how to get around them. So the count currently 1-1. Big pitch here from Haxton. That one is grounded. It is called fair. That ball basically went dead once it hit the ground, but Fisher has a leadoff single. So that brings Avery Nelson to the plate, who already has 2 hits today. But she had grounded out to second on her previous trip up. And down by 3, this is not necessarily time for sacrifice bunts. You want to try to get every runner on that you can. That one blasted, but it is foul down the left field line. So Fisher has to come back to first. Count 0-1 now for Nelson. Erringdale, the home run leader, on deck. Munger right behind Erringdale, who had 2 home runs yesterday against Southeast Polk. Both of those were 2-run shots. That one another foul grounder. That one in the Ankeny dugout. The count now 0-2. And now a timeout here from Ankeny to talk it over. Haxton and her catcher, Emily Swally, also exchanging their own words at the circle right now. Ankeny right now trying to play the guessing game of what pitch is going to come at Nelson. Yesterday against Southeast Polk, the Hawkettes didn't have to go to the bottom of the 7th in order to defeat them in either game. They will. They're currently in the bottom of the 7th right now. First time they've seen it in a long time. That one outside for ball one. The wind is still blowing strong too, so the possibility of a home run is very low. One-two count, here's the pitch. This one is popped up. It is out of play again, landing in the Ankeny bullpen. No need to have anyone in there right now. If we get to the top of the 8th, my guess is Munger will still go out to the circle to pitch. Here's the 1-2 count for Nelson. She hits this one up and high into center. And there won't be a tag up from first to second as that goes for out number 1. Now Kensington Erringdale, who has been walked on her previous 2 trips to the plate, wants more than just one base. She had a single in the top of the first, but nothing was really able to go following that. She grounds that one to shortstop. Double play. Safe at first and safe at second as well. So Erringdale gets her second hit of this game. Now the Hawkettes have 2 runners on. And now Now Johnston is talking over in the circle. Southeast Polk was victim of 2 big blasts from Munger yesterday. One more big blast from Munger could tie it up. But now Munger's dealing with 2 opponents. Haxton on the circle, and then the wind. Munger in a bunting position now. Not sure about the sacrifice bunt decision here. She pulls back. That one high and outside for ball 1. Hawkettes already have 1 out, pinning them against the wall. Johnston tried to pull off the double play, but they were late on both bases. If they were on time on both of them, this game would be over. This one hit into center, caught at center, and no tag-ups come either. So Munger's been good at hitting into center field, but today the wind has been keeping her from getting any home runs. And now Ava Schlee. Hawkettes down to their last out. At this point, you basically need a home run. She already has 1 strike as that one just went past her. Schlee at least now familiar with what that strike is going to look like coming off the arm of Haxton. The wind's slowing down. That one high, or sinking. It looked high from up here, but it did sink that last split second. Hawkettes now down to their last strike. Runners on second and first. Here's Haxton with the pitch. That one outside and low. Count now 1-2. Hutchins awaits on deck. Haxton 1 strike away from ending this ball game. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That one is grounded. Not a lot of power on it, but the throw to first in time, and Johnston emerges victorious. A 6-3 victory for the Dragons as they move to 8-10. So that caps game 1. Game 2 will follow after a roughly 10 to 20 minute break. Game 2 is originally scheduled to start at 7 o'clock, as it is currently 7:22. The hope to get Game 2 started pretty soon, to at least somewhat stay on schedule. But we'll take a short break ourselves, and then we'll come back to you with Game 2 of this doubleheader between
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet, with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life. It's the Carl way.
Sandy Haas, along with Linda Nelson and Joel Myers. Next up, number 2, Kensington Erringdale. Grandparents are Jan and Dave Erringdale, Jan Green, and Rodney and Nancy Green. Next up, number 3, McKenna Byers. McKenna's grandparents are Barry and Kathy Kenny and Steve and Chris Byers. Next up, number 4, Sophie Schopner. Her grandparents are Meg and Dave Schopner and Dennis and Laurel Heithoff. Next up is number 5, Zoe Sullivan. Zoe's grandparents are Tom and Marianne Sullivan and Ann and Tim Gravy. Next up is number 6, Adriana Wiley. Adriana's grandparents are Mary and Terry Wiley, Trudy and Don Mickish, and David Mickish. Next up is number 7, Reagan Hogan. Reagan's grandparents are Ron and Sherry Hogan and Gary and Linda Lake. Next up are number 8 and number 28, Emma and Sarah Munger. Their grandparents are Tim Sampson and Bud and Julie Munger. Next up, number 11, Briley Bach. Briley's grandparents are Mel Hobson and Barb Bach. Next up, number 12, Taylor Hinshaw. Taylor's grandparents are Jim and Linda Dale and Rika Hinshaw. Next up is number 17, Morgan Fisher. Morgan's grandparents are Kate and Roger Pearson and Pat and Dick Fisher. Next up, number 19, Abby Benzow. Her grandparents are George and Donna Grossman. Next up, number 20, Tenley Heidemann. Tenley's grandparents are Dave and Patty Heidemann and Dee Lawford. Next up, number 21, Kinsley Eiley. Kinsley's grandparents are Brian Angstrom, Sherry Angstrom, and Rick Eiley. Next up, number 22, Emmy Hutchins. Emmy's grandparents are Kim and Jerry Heston and Tom and Brenda Hutchins. Next up, number 24, Ava Schlee. Ava's grandparents are Vicki and Ken Graber, Gary and Rita Carver, and Jeff and Julie Schlee. Next up, number 26, Avery Wildman. Avery's grandparents are Peggy and Dave Harrison. Next up, number 27, Aaliyah Zimmerman. Aaliyah Zimmerman's grandparents are Tom and Jan Zimmerman and Karen and Dave Fisher. finally, number 30, Mason Smith. Her grandparents are Rod and Sharon Bogus. And thanks again to all the Ankeny Hawkette grandparents for all your support over the years.
My team and I know sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a great education. Every pass, serve, and swish develops critical skills like teamwork and perseverance. As an Ankeny mom, I've seen how important they are for success in the classroom and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are a big reason why people love to call Ankeny home. That's why I'm a proud supporter. Whether you're looking to upgrade, downsize, even find a driveway that fits a basketball hoop, I'm here to help at every step and stage of life. But before that, let's cheer on our team.
Hawkette softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate team. Welcome out to Game 2 of tonight's doubleheader between the Hawkettes and the Dragons. Ankeny dropped the first game 6-3 against Johnston as they look to rebound here in Game 2. The wind had a big impact on Game 1 as it limited a lot of big hits that could potentially have been home runs for both teams. Emma Munger and Hannah Haxton both pitched complete games for each of their respective teams in Game 1 of this doubleheader. It'll be Emma's older sister, Sarah Munger, who will be starting Game 2 tonight at the Circle for Ankeny. Crew still working on really chalking up the lines here, giving us a fresh playing field for Game 2. The wind has been blowing strong. You can see the dust blowing around. That's why almost a lot of the fans, especially on the Johnston side, have been wearing sunglasses to keep that dust out of their eyes. And it's also been the bigger challenge for the batters is having that dust blowing in your eyes at the same time that pitches are coming in. So Johnston's order will go just as it was in Game 1 with Pettick leading off, Pitts following her up, and Reiners in number 3. Hannah Haxton will be in the cleanup position. Helgerson, Swally, and Haddle will come in right behind her, and then to round off the bottom of the lineup, Tilges, Hemisath, and Jans. Most positions are looking the same. Emma Munger will be in second in today's game. Pettick leading off for the Dragons here to start Game 2 of this doubleheader. That one outside near the ankles of Pettick for ball 1. Reset the scoreboard. Second one outside. 2-0 count again. Starting Game 2 here. It looks like they're in the bottom of the first already on the baseball diamond. Game 2 between Johnston and Ankeny on the baseball side of things. That first hit caught by Emma Munger at second for out number 1. Pettick is retired immediately.
Now batting left fielder number 2, Reagan Pitts.
Now Reagan Pitts, who came into the night before Game 1 with the batting average of 400 flat. First pitch past her is low and outside. Sarah Munger with a lot of low outside pitches to start off here. Our official start time was 7:57 p.m., about an hour later than usual. That one in the zone for strike 1 to even the count at 1-1. Sarah Munger made the start in Game 2 against Southeast Polk last night. She held her opponents to a 143 batting average as she pitched 4 of those 7 innings and notched the win. She gave up 2 runs and 2 hits in that game. 2-2 count now for Pitts. Munger only 1 strike away from strikeout number 1 of this ball game. Strikeouts were not something that we saw very many of in game one between these two teams tonight. This one grounded to shortstop. A throw made in time for out number 2 by Erringdale. So now Grace Reiners coming to the plate, and
Shortstop number 25, Grace Reiners.
if I remember right, we didn't see a 1-2-3 inning by either team in game one. We're already on pace to see that here in just the top of the first inning here in game 2. That one falling right in the zone for strike 1. Grace Reiner is known for that bomb pop, color-themed bat of hers. And while her bat might be called like a bomb pop, she had a lot of walks in game 1. Erringdale making the throw to first in time for out number 3. That sends us to the bottom of the first. Ankeny coming up to the plate after this break on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert real estate team.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet, with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life. It's the Carl way.
Emma Munger.
We're currently running through our batting lineup here.
And the flex player for the Hawks here in game number
Is
2.
very similar to what we saw in game 1. Only difference is a couple of position changes to where these players are at on the field. Only difference is where the Mungers were at. Morgan Fisher to lead it off here. She's playing left field tonight here in game 2, just as she was in game 1. Ankeny hoping to rebound after dropping game 1. So it is Aubrey Jans who is starting at the circle tonight in game 2 for the Dragons. 4.12 ERA for her this season. Her opponent's batting average is .318, and that is through 18 innings and 2 outs pitched. So Morgan Fisher comes up to the plate. She gets ready to lead off the bottom of the first for the Hawkettes. Fisher lets the first one pass her for ball 1. The wind has slowed down a little bit compared to what it was like at the start of game 1. There were wind gusts of over 20 miles an hour when we originally arrived. Morgan Fisher now at the 2-0 count. The wind blowing from northwest to southeast right now. That pitch in the zone for strike 1. Just catching the outer edge of the strike zone. This one, another foul ball. That one took a bounce behind home plate to make the count 2-2. Before game 1, Fisher came into here with the .458 batting average. That is second best on the team, only behind Sarah Munger. This one grounded to shortstop, throw to first in time. The 6-3 put out working for the Jaguars. correction, not the Jaguars, the Dragons. We've grown very accustomed to saying the Jaguars as well.
Number 1, Avery Nelson.
We know their baseball team will be taking on Fort Dodge on Friday night. So now Avery Nelson, who's coming back to the plate. Not too shabby of an outing in game 1 for her. She does the first one past her for strike 1. Second pitch high and outside to even the count at 1-1. Nelson had 3 total hits last night in those 2 games against Southeast Polk. She grounds that one to shortstop again. And that is now 4 straight ground outs to shortstop between both of these teams.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Kensington Erringdale.
Now Kensington Erringdale. Question is, could she be the 5th to ground out to shortstop? Team home run leader, the first pitch outside for ball 1. One-0 count right here. This one hit into center field. It is off the wall. Erringdale making her way around to second. She slides and is safe. And when you have 2 outs, that is the perfect way to respond. Ankeny now with a runner in scoring position. And that brings pitcher Sarah Munger to the plate. Sarah Munger, the older of the 2 Munger sisters. Last night with the performance they put on, you could have called their series against Southeast Polk the Munger games. Sarah now with a 1-0 count. .20 count now for Munger, and to really talk about what happened in that 2 home runs by Sarah Munger in game 2 over the center field wall. That has been her calling card both yesterday and today. This one hit to right field. It is fouled though, landing near the Johnston bullpen. So Munger now has a 2-1 count. Aubrey Jans gets a fresh ball to pitch with. Sarah Munger had a fly out to center in game 1 tonight. That one low to make the count 3-1. That one was below her knees. Now only 1 more ball from getting on base, and Ankeny having runners on first and second. And that is exactly what she gets, or not. From our angle up here, that looked like it was outside, splitting the strike zone in her ankles. Said that ball just barely clipped the batter's bottom left corner of the zone. That one grounded past third and into left field. Erringdale makes it to third. She pauses there. So now Ankeny has a run only 60 feet away.
Now batting the third baseman.
Now Ava Schlee. So what can she do now to try to give Ankeny their first run of the game? So here is a pinch runner here for Ankeny. It is Zoe Sullivan who takes the place of Munger out at first.
Zoe Sullivan running at first.
2 outs right now for Ava Schlee. First one past her about hip height for ball 1. Splitting her and the strike zone. That one outside, this time in the lefty strike zone. 2-0 count now for Schlee. Over on the baseball diamond, it is 1-1 in the top of the second. This one hit into right field. It is out of play again. So the runners will have to go back as the count is now 2-1. Stadium lights starting to turn on here, and the sun is going behind a stray cloud along the west horizon. First time the sun has went behind a cloud all day. That one grounded to second, and it tagged is Sullivan for out number 3. After one full inning, both teams still scoreless here from Ankeny. When we come back, it is Haxton, Helgeson, and Swally due up for the Dragons. You are watching Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
My team and I know sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a great education. Every pass, serve, and swish develops critical skills like teamwork and perseverance. As an Ankeny mom, I've seen how important they are for success in the classroom and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are a big reason why people love to call Ankeny home. That's why I'm a proud supporter. Whether you're looking to upgrade, downsize, even find a driveway that fits a basketball hoop, I'm here to help at every step and stage of life. But before that, let's cheer on our team.
Top of the second here from Ankeny High School, and we are still scoreless between the Johnston Dragons and the Ankeny Hawkettes here in Game 2 of tonight's doubleheader. Johnston pulled away with a 6-3 victory in Game 1. Ankeny searching to answer here in Game 2. So in this 6-game homestand across 4 days for the Hawkettes, they now sit at 2-2. They welcome in Waukee tomorrow night for just one game, with the first pitch of that one starting at 7 o'clock. They got dominated in Game 1 of their homestand against Valley 11-1. A big-time loss there, but they responded with an upset sweep of Southeast Polk. It dropped Game 1 against Johnson, hoping to rebound to go to 3-2 in this homestand. This one grounded and foul down the left field line for the early 0-1 count for Haxton. Haxton held Ankeny to 3 runs in Game 1. She is not pitching in Game 2. She pitched a complete game. That one outside to even the count at 1-1. So a 1-1 count now for Haxton following that outside pitch. Sarah Munger at the circle in this game. That one outside for ball 2. Had that sink that she's looking for. Only problem is it was just outside. This one grounded to second in the throw to first in time for the first out of the top of the second. The bottom of the first ended with a ground out in second. The top of the second starts the same way. That is Emma Munger, who is playing second in this game. Chloe Helgeson letting the first one pass her for strike one. That one high and outside for ball number one to even the count. Haven't seen a lot of rising pitches of Ankeny or Johnson tonight. This one grounded down the left field line again. It's foul to make the count 1-2. 1-2 count right here for Helgeson. One more strikeout can get out number 2. Count now 2-2. Two count. Here's the pitch from Sarah Munger. That one popped up, but foul off of the fence behind home. So Helgeson remains alive. Two count. Here's the pitch. This one, another foul ball nearing the parking lot. And that one just missed the silver Chevy Traverse that was hit by a foul ball earlier in game 1 tonight. To whoever drives that vehicle, you might want to get that thing inspected if it has a ding in it from that previous foul ball. I'm sure Carl Chevrolet has a collision center that would love to have you serviced in case you need that dent removed. Full count now for Helgeson. Still only one out. That one outside. Tough call to make, but now Helgeson finds herself on first.
Now batting the catcher number 4, Emily Swally.
Emily Swally now up. If it goes to Erringdale, Ankeny is set up perfectly for a double play. Munger pitching with the 1-0 count. Swung at and missed to even the count at 1-1. The lights now shining bright on the softball field here at Ankeny High School. That one high and outside again, just not enough sink on it from Munger. The count now 2-1. Two unders a pitch. That one outside again, and now it's 3-1. This one grounded. It is into left field. And already the Dragons with runners on second and first. The same situation that the Hawkettes had in the bottom of the first.
Now batting the center fielder, number 5, Addison Heddle.
Now Addison Haddle up, who would love to try to bat in some runs right here. Over on the baseball diamond, they're already in the top of the third. They are tied at 1 apiece in game 2 of their doubleheader. It is very dry here tonight. Haddle's first contact made is fouled into the bleachers right in front of us. And now Lucky Kid is going to climb up and go get it. Not necessarily a designated spot where those foul balls get returned to. That one high and outside for another ball. Now at Southeast Polk with foul baseballs, if you're returned to the press box, you get $1 courtesy in New Life Church. 1-1 count right here for Swally. That one past Eiley's glove, and 2 runners both advance for Johnston. So now they have 2 runners in scoring position. Helgeson on third, Swally on fourth, or second for that matter. That bunt not able to be reeled in by Eiley. So the count remains 2-2. Two-two count right here for Haddle. 1 out already, trying to get out number 2. This one blasted into left field. It is over the head of Fisher. 1 run, 2 runs get around for Johnston. And they have an early 2-0 lead off an RBI double from Addison Haddle.
Now batting the designated player, number 21, Ella Tilges.
Ella Tilges now up to the plate with only 1 runner on. Still only 1 out for the Dragons. Tilges hitting this one into left field again. Haddle advances by 1 base, and she is now only 60 feet away from run number 3 of this inning.
Now batting the second baseman, number 6, Olivia Hemeseth.
Olivia Hemsath at the bottom of the order for the Dragons. And she is the 6th batter to see the plate in this inning for Johnston. Hemsath's got to step out of the box for a quick second. Something about it she just didn't like there. Johnson with 3 hits already compared to Ankeny's 2. Now, that was a miscommunication there. Till just didn't know what she was doing there. She thought she had an opportunity to steal us, then she hesitated, and then she finished her run. She missed the tag from Emma Munger. The Ankeny infielder is playing in shallow right here. That one in the zone for a strike to even the count. Hemstath with 2 runners in scoring position. She grounds that one. The throw to home is offline, and another run scores, and here is a throw to second, and here's now a pickle. Another run scores at home. The throw back to first is able to get her. So a second out is captured. But now, the Dragons lead 4-0. And we are now back at the top of the order. Brylan Pettick flew out to second with Emma Munger reeling it in for the first out of the top of the first. That first one was fouled into the fencing behind home. The base is currently empty. That one in the zone. So it is now an 0-2 count right here for Pettick. She came in before game 1 with a 379 average this season. This one hit into shallow right. It is on the ground. Pettick now heading for second. And she is tagged for out number 3. These Dragons getting aggressive running bases, but the Hawkettes give up 4 runs. Johnston with the early lead. When we come back, it is Hutchins, Bach, and Eiley due up.
At Ankeny Community School District, we know the power of public education. Your child's preschool, transitional kindergarten, and kindergarten journey begins here with a strong foundation. Certified educators provide an engaging curriculum in safe, nurturing environments. Space is limited for preschool and transitional kindergarten. Experience Ankeny. Preschool is free, and the strong start we provide your little learner is priceless.
Welcome back to Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks. Currently a 4-0 lead for Johnston right now. This is not the start to game 2 that the Hawkettes wanted. Emerson Hutchins will see the plate first for Ankeny here in the bottom of the second. They are in search of a response to the 4-run second inning that the Dragons just had on the top half. We have an update. It is Avery Wildman, who has been catching for Ankeny here in game 2. Sometimes it's hard to tell with that catching gear what the number actually says. So Emerson Hutchins now letting the first one pass her for ball 1. The wind's still blowing. Direction of it slightly changing. A swing and a miss to even the count here. Hutchins now with a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike 2. That is back-to-back swung at pitches for Hutchins that she has missed. Pulling out a bunt formation. She swings and misses for strike 3. 3 straight pitches swung at, and that is exactly what happens.
Now batting the right fielder, number 11, Briley Bach.
It's Briley Bach now back at the plate. First time up in game 2. 1 out this time. Now an outside for ball 1 again. Ankeny now trailing 4-1 on the baseball side of things. Swinging a miss at that one there to even the count at 1-1 for Bach. That one outside. Now a 2-1 count. Briley Bach with 6 RBI before game 1. Currently with nobody on base. She hits that one into center. It gets on the ground. So Briley Bach has a single to start things off in game 2 for her.
Now batting the designated player, number 26, Kinsley Eiley.
Kinsley Eiley at DP here in game 2. She played catcher in game 1. Is now Wildman behind the dish. That first one fouled off into the Johnston bullpen. So an early 0-1 count for Eiley. And from up here, those Ankeny jerseys are starting to look like black pinstripe pants with black sleeves rather than the maroon that they actually are. Now a 1-1 count following that pitch. Another one outside, a throw back to first. The pickoff move, no good. Eiley now dealing with a 2-1 count. That one out of the glove at catcher, and now a stolen base for Bach. Now Ankeny once again with a runner in scoring position. And Eiley is only one outside pitch away from getting on first herself. That pitch is outside for ball 4, and just like that, Ankeny now with runners on first and second. It's now the bottom of the order. Emma Munger now the plate, who didn't have any hits in game 1. She's trying to bunt. That one is foul. Get a little distance on it for a bunt like that. Not your typical one that makes a bounce just outside of the batter's box. Early 0-1 count for Emma Munger. And that one outside for ball 1 to even the count. For our correction, that was actually called a strike. That one threw us off up here. That one outside. No doubt on that one. So the count now 1-2 for Emma Munger. after Emma, we go back to the top of the order with Fisher, who is currently on deck. That one fouled off again into the backstop on the Ankeny home side. So Emma Munger is still staying alive. One-two count, here's the pitch. That one, another foul ball. And Munger's having a bunch of these going toward the left side of the diamond. Force outs at all three bases here. One-two count, here's the pitch. Outside to even the count at 2-2. Big pitch right here from Jans. This one hit is on the ground in fair play. So now Ankeny has runners on all three bases. And this is a good position to be in right now. If you're a Hawkette, your leadoff hitter, Morgan Fisher, up to the plate. Loaded bases, only one out. And a hit here could really result in two big results. Either A, you get a runaround if the ball gets on the ground in the outfield at least, or there is potential for a double play. Morgan Fisher searching for a line drive here, out of the reach of any infielders. That one outside for correction, called inside for strike one. This strike zone really starting to throw us off here. We're getting a little confused about it. So here's the pitch from Jans. That one swung at it as foul as it hits the fence behind home. So already we got an 0-2 count for Fisher. She's just wanting to get some runs around as they are currently down by 4. That one again outside. No doubt on that one to make the count 1-2. Each of these teams with 4 hits, the only difference is who's been cashing in the runs. And right now that has been Johnston. This one grounded. Good work to get to it, but no throw made. So an RBI single is exactly what Fisher gets. And it brings Avery Nelson to the plate. So a 4-1 ball game now. Avery Nelson had grounded out to shortstop on her previous trip up. She's now searching for an RBI hit of her own. That one outside for ball 1, so an early 1-0 count for Nelson. The wind's still blowing, but it has died down significantly. The flag is not nearly as much of a flap to it. And her count is now 2-0. Count, here's the pitch. That one swung at for strike 1. That one kicked up a lot of dust there that headed toward the Johnston fans that are in attendance tonight. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled near the concession stands. So now a 2-2 count for Nelson. She is just in search of that RBI hit. The only out that has came from this half of the inning was when Emerson Hutchins, the leadoff hitter, was struck out. Now a full count for Nelson after letting that one go by. And we might see our first walked run of the day by either team. That one outside, and that is exactly what we get, a walked run around, as the score is now 4-2. Dragons still with the lead. Wind blowing strong again.
To Kensington Erringdale.
Kensington Erringdale, the home run leader, now at the plate. The wind is now picked up again. First one past her for ball one. Bases are still loaded. Here's Erringdale with a 1-0 count. She hits this one high into center field. Johnston trying to call it out. Now here's the tag up. Here go the runners. There was runner. No runner interference called there against Nelson, and another run is around following that sacrifice fly. So it is now 4-3. Ankeny is clawing their way back into this one.
Now batting pitcher number 8, Sarah Munger.
That wind is just continuing to blow. Fans are now having to duck their heads so it isn't blowing right in their eyes. Good thing we get the windows between us. First pitch pass for ball one. And with Sarah Munger at the plate, all she needs is a base hit to bring Ava Schlee to the plate, and that would be every batter in the rotation seeing the plate in this inning for Ankeny. One count, and the wind just really bothering everyone here on the diamond. Sun going down, the skies are clear to the west. That pitch outside for ball two. That was one that from up here looked like a strike, to be honest. Quick exchange of words here between Jans and catcher Emily Swally of Johnston. So a 2-1 count here with 2 outs. That one makes it 3-1. And this count is fully in favor of Munger. Here's Munger with the 3-1 count. That one is called ball 4. And she makes an easy trip to first, and it loads the bases again. And now Zoe Sullivan is going to go in and pinch run for Munger in a Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution.
At first base. Now batting the third baseman number 24, Ava Schlee.
So a fresh count for Schlee. 4 outs at any base for Johnston. So any hit here, they can go about anywhere to get their third out. First pitch right in line for strike one. Schlee with a huge opportunity here to try to take the lead. She fouls that one into the fencing behind home. The count is now 0-2. Johnston only one strike away from ending the inning. This wind is ripping strong. You can see that dust blowing across the field. And it looked like it had caught enough of that ball to blow it outside of the strike zone. Count now 1-2 for Schlee. One, two, here's the pitch. That one outside just barely. Schlee relying on her vision here rather than a powerful swing. She's playing conservative, not aggressive right here on this trip to the plate. She pulls her bunt position back. That one high, and it loads the count. And we might just see another walked run come around. If so, it would tie the game at 4 apiece. Here's the bunt position again. She pulls back. She hits this one into center, but it is caught for out number 3. A great put out by Addison Haddle. Johnston with the 4-3 lead after 2 full innings. When we come back, it is Pitts, Rainers, and Haxton all due up on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks.
At Elk River Contracting, we know a great remodel is a lot like the perfect beard. You can't rush it, and the beauty is in the details most people overlook. Because there are 2 kinds of contractors, the ones with magnificent beards and the ones you don't hire.
Welcome back to Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks. The wind is ripping from the center field line to home plate, and it's currently ripping up my voice as well. I'm having to drink a lot more fluids to keep my voice from getting ridiculously dry. Top of the 3rd here with Pitts, Rainers, and Haxton all due up for the Dragons here. And they currently lead 4-3 after 2 full innings.
Leading off for Johnston, left fielder number 2, Reagan Pitts.
Already in the top of the 4th over on the baseball diamond. Johnston leading the Ankeny boys 5-2 over there. 4-3 right here. So our ump had to take a quick second to make his way from the Johnston dugout over to home. And that is why we've been waiting. Reagan Pitts leading off the top of the 3rd, trying to extend the lead and the momentum that they had started with. That bunt is fair, and no one is able to make the throw to first, so a leadoff bunt is exactly what Pitts gets. But they called her out of the box. That is a wild call right there. Did it hit her? count now 1-0 for Reiners. Ankeny already with 1 out after that call from our ump. Reiners grounded out to shortstop on her previous trip up. She's looking for a base hit this time. On outside to make the count 2-0. Emma Munger searching for a 1-2-3 inning. She did just that in the top of the first. But now the count is 3-0 for Reiners. Here is the pitch from Munger. Call a strike. Reiners is ready to go, running to first, thinking it was splitting her and the strike zone. But it caught that edge closest to her. Wind blowing right at us right now. That one called a strike again. Reiners is in confusion here. She thought she was on the easy track to a walk to first, and now she finds herself in a full count. Now timeout called here as Reiners steps out of the box. Munger with a big payoff pitch right here. That one called a ball, and Reiners makes the easy walk to first.
Now batting the first baseman, number 35, Hannah Haxton.
So Hannah Haxton, who pitched all of game one, is back at the plate. She grounded out to Emma Munger, second baseman, on her previous trip up. Reiners was ready to steal second there. She had to pull back. One-0 count right here. And no steal from Reiners either. So the count is now 1-1. Big pitch right here. That one is called a strike again. From up here, that one just looked high, but our ump behind home plate says otherwise. One-two count. Munger hoping for a strikeout. This one grounded in play and into left field. Reiners waits at second, and now the Dragons with runners on it, first and second, following that single from Haxton.
Now batting the third baseman, number 3, Chloe Helgeson.
Chloe Helgeson was walked on her previous trip up. That one, passing her ankles, it hit her. Was our call from our ump. From up here, we thought it just missed her ankles and that Johnston's two runners were stealing the bases, but instead is a hit by pitch, and now we're going to get a pinch runner out of number 33. That is Brecken Mass, or Brecken Moss for that matter, who is pinch running on first.
Batting is the catcher, number 4, Emily Swally.
Now Emily Swally back to the plate. Swally with a single of her own on the previous trip up. Loaded bases here and only one out. This is the same situation that Ankeny was in the previous inning. They've gotten 3 runs in. How many can Johnston get in here in the top of the third? That one outside. It had a sink on it that Munger would have wanted. Should have had just a little bit closer to the batter. Probably would have been a strike. So 1-1 count right here. This one is popped into right center. Caught for out number 2. Now here's the tag up. And retreating was Reiners. She thought she was going to be able to tag up from third to home, but for how fast that throw came in from right center, she said, you know what, I need to play it safe.
Now batting the center fielder, number 5, Addison Handel.
So now Addison Haddle up, and what happened to that pitch? What was Munger doing there? And Reiners scores after that wonky looking pitch. It is now 5-3. We know the wind was going to have an effect on this game, but we did not think it was going to have that sort of effect. My guess is that windup from her hit her hip. So I just missed it with that fence post in my way. But I ended up behind her, that's for sure. 2-0 count right here. This one grounded into left field. Another run scores. One headed toward home. It is a 2-run. The run counts at home, but it is Haddle who is tagged out. So 3 runs for Johnston in the top of the third. When we come back, it is Hutchins, Bach, and Eiley all due up when we come back on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks.
Searching for a home that combines a resort lifestyle with the comfort of being close to your loved ones? At Epcon Communities, we make building your dream home an easy and exciting journey. Choose the floor plan that fits your lifestyle, handpick the finishes to make it uniquely yours, and leave the rest to us. We'll handle the construction, you focus on the fun part. After closing day, your new home is all yours, ready for you to start enjoying the community, the amenities, and that special sense of belonging. Visit clarityconstruction.com for more.
7-3, the Dragons lead against the Ankeny Hawkettes here on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks, built by the Danielle Seifert real estate team. A lot of wonkiness right there in the top of the third as we work on adjusting our crowd mic right now. That wind is continuing to blow strong. Yesterday as the sun went down, the wind died down, but today it is the opposite story. The wind for one inning actually picked up as the sun had went over the horizon. Right now today has not been a home run hitters type of day. We've not seen a home run hit so far in this game or in the entirety of game 1 between these two teams. Emerson Hutchins will lead it off for the Hawkettes here in the bottom of the third. To start off the bottom of the second, they had trailed by 4. To start off the bottom of the third, they trail by 4. 3 innings, 3 runs scored by each team since the last time Hutchins was up to bat. She was struck out on that previous time for that matter. Hutchins leading off here. The first one is past her for ball 1. She steps out of the box to go through the quick motion there. This one hit into center field. A high bounce on it, but a leadoff single works for Hutchins.
Now batting the right fielder, number 11, Briley Bach.
Briley Bach had a single on her previous trip up. Looking to either repeat that or get a double of some sort. Bach pulled out of the bunting position there. Called a strike as she didn't pull it out in time. Oh, 1 count right here. That one outside to even the count. Still 5-2 over on the baseball diamond. They're currently in the top of the 5th. This one bunted foul. So 1-2 count right now, currently for Bach. Pitch here from Jans. This one popped up and is dropped. So it goes just as a foul ball. Bach stays alive. The count's still 1-2. If it was caught, it would have been the first out of the inning for Johnston. Pulling out of the bunt position again. She hits this one into center field. It is caught for out number 1. And Hutchins has to retreat back to first.
Now batting the catcher, number 26, Kinsley Eiley.
Kinsley Eiley. Now back to the plate this time. She was a catcher in game 1. DP'd here in game 2. This one, a foul ball started off in an early 0-1 count. Wind still continuing to blow right from center field toward us in the press box. That one outside to even the count at 1-1. Sun now completely set over the horizon. Beautiful view from here at the press box. This one blasted to left field. It is caught for out number 2, and no tag up once again from Hutchins. She remains put on first. So now Emma Munger.
Emma Munger.
Munger had a single on her previous trip up. This one fouled to the Ankeny dugout. Munger now has an early 0-1 count. So far, right now, it looks like Ankeny is going to come out of the bottom of the 3rd, still trailing by 4. Munger steps out of the zone there for a quick second. Currently dealing with 2 outs. This one grounded to shortstop. Issues fielding it, however. So Munger reaches first on a fielding error, and now Ankeny has runners on second and first. So what did they call there? They said she was out of the box again.
No runs on one hit with no errors and one left on for the Hawkettes in the third.
There have been some very wonky calls here. When we come back, Johnston up to the plate on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks.
All the pets in Ankeny can't wait to see us at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Located just south of Uptown, our family-owned and operated practice has yearly plans with monthly pay options. Your dog or cat can get routine and preventative care before you may ever even know they are sick. From dental care to x-rays to our own pharmacy, we love them like our own. Your pets are our pets at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital.
Welcome back to Hawkeye Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks. The Hawkettes currently trailing 7-3. Right now, they just went scoreless in the bottom of the third. They were in position to maybe get some runs generated, but after calling Emma Munger out of the box when she made contact on her hit, Ankeny went out of the bottom of the third scoreless.
Dragons, the designated player number 21, Ella Tilges.
Ella Tilges will lead off the top of the fourth for Johnston. Our ump comes out of the Johnston dugout, and we are ready for play here in the fourth inning. First pitch high for ball one. We have a pitching change. It is now Taylor Hinshaw in the Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. She pitched 3 out of the 7 innings last night in Game 2 against Southeast Polk. She gave up 2 runs in that stretch, held her batters to a .200 batting average. Currently a 2-0 count here for Heddle. Or correction, Tilges. That one fouled to make the count 2-1. .907 on a game with a normal pace. We'd more than likely be out of here by now. But that is not the case tonight. This one grounded to Erringdale again, the throw to first in time for out number 1.
Now batting the second baseman, number 6, Olivia Hemison.
Olivia Hemseth getting aggressive on the base running, and she was tagged out on her previous time around. She's got the 1-0 count right now. And we're hearing something on the baseball diamond. Pitching change over there. Of course, we can't tell who it is because we don't got windows on the back side of this press box. .2-0 count right now. This one grounded right to Hinshaw as Hinshaw makes the toss for out 2. And that brings us back to the top of the order with Brylan Pettick back to the plate.
Right fielder number 37, Brylan Pettick.
Pettick lets the first one pass her for ball 1. And apparently that sounded like a Munger who was coming out on the Ankeny diamond. Maybe Sarah and Emma have a brother? I haven't called any Ankeny baseball yet to know. That one fouled. Almost hit the field dragger. that Ankeny has. It is sitting behind the Johnston bullpen right now. Of course, Johnston with no one warming up in there. This one, another foul ball, catching the fence in front of the Johnston fans. So now it is a 1-2 count with 2 outs. Hinshaw searching for a 1-2-3 inning. Hinshaw just outside on that pitch to even the count at 2-2. One more pitch sends it to the bottom of the 4th. That one outside again, and now the count is full. Hinshaw with a huge payoff pitch right here. That one is low and outside of it, so it goes past. Goes past Kinsley Eiley, who is now back to catching again. And now with that, Pettick finds herself on first. Reagan Pitts now trying to get Pettick in. Eiley didn't let that one go past her that time. Count now 1-0. This one line driven into right field. Pettick is going to try to make her way to third. The tag is in time for out 3. The Hawkettes hold Johnston scoreless in the 4th. When we come back, it is the top of the lineup due up for Ankeny. You are watching Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet, with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life. It's the Carl way.
Back-to-back scoreless halves for both of these teams. It still remains 7-3. Bottom of the 4th, Morgan Fisher, Avery Nelson, and Kensington Arringdale all due up right now for the Hawkettes. They would love to try to chip into this deficit that they're currently in. When it comes to the mercy rule, it is if you trail by 10 after 4 innings or trail by 8 after 5, the game is over. Ankeny currently trailing by 4 on their home field. If they give up 4 more runs in the top of the 5th and can't score any in either this inning or the next inning, the game will be over. Johnson breaking things down at the pitcher's circle as they would love to try to get a mercy rule victory here. Morgan Fisher will lead it off right here. As far as we know, it is still Aubrey Jans who is at the circle dealing pitches. Morgan Fisher running out of the strike zone again, and this has been costing teams or batters in this game right now. It's what costed Ankeny in the previous inning. This one grounded right back to Jans. Throw to first, not in time, and it is a leadoff single for Fisher. Avery Nelson out of the plate, who was walked on her previous trip up.
Now batting the center fielder, number 1, Avery Nelson.
Nelson running out of the box again. I have a feeling the coaching staff at Ankeny is going to talk about the consequences of running out of the box at the wrong moments, especially after the previous inning. Current count 1-1 after that pitch. The wind is starting to die down ever so slightly. The flag is now just more so waving rather than blowing out in right center. Count is now 1-2. Pitch here from Jans. This one popped into left. It is out of play. Count still 1-2. Left fielder Reagan Pitts definitely running out a lot of foul balls that have been hit her direction. And the same can be said for Morgan Fisher whenever the Dragons have been up to bat. This one driven into left field. It is on the ground. Another single here, this time for Nelson, and now she is on first with Fisher on second.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Kensington Erringdale.
Now Kensington Erringdale up, who had the sacrifice fly on her previous trip up. She had a double of her own in the bottom of the first. And she blasts this one into left center, and it is... We couldn't tell if that was caught at the wall or if it was gone. It was gone! Unbelievable, and that's the first home run of the night. The wind has finally died down enough that the batters can take advantage of it. And just like that, we are now back to a one-run game. Reagan Pitts so wanted that ball so bad. She made the leap to try to get it, but that one was just beyond her reach. It probably tipped off of her glove and went out. Someone might have to ask her about that one later. My goodness. So Kensington Erringdale has her 6th home run of the season following that. And right now, Ankeny is still without any outs here in this inning. So they can try to take the lead here. It's going to be a long night here as it is. We are nearing 9:20 p.m. here at Dick Rasmussen Field here at Ankeny High School. This game just continues to remain competitive. In the heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution, Delaney Hunt comes to the circle to try to finish this game off for Johnston. Her opponent's batting average is .271 this season. and a 3.73 ERA for her. This one blasted up and out of play. A lot of height on it as it lands in the Johnston bullpen. So already Sarah Munger is making contact with pitches. And after seeing the blast that Erringdale had, Munger would love to try to build upon that momentum. She had 2 home runs yesterday in Game 2 against Southeast Polk. She would love to have another one here tonight. It's the count now 1-1 for Munger. And with the score now 7-6, the momentum took a major shift in favor of Ankeny. That one fouled toward the Ankeny dugout as Munger was just ahead of it. Count now 1-2. Munger pulling out of the bunt formation. She grounds it to shortstop. Throw to first in time for out number 1. The throw by Grace Reiners. And now Ava Schlee back to the plate. And she is without a hit yet in this game. Ground out to second on her first time up and a fly out to center on her previous time. She starts this trip to the plate with a 1-0 count. That one in the zone for strike 1. The count now even. Over on the ball diamond, they are in the bottom of the 5th right now. A 7-2 lead for Johnson. This one hit into left field. Caught for out number 2. So Schlee is now with 2 flyouts in this game, along with the ground out. And now Emerson Hutchins comes back to the plate, who had a single on her previous trip when she led off the bottom of the 3rd. This one popped up and out of play as it goes over the press box. We heard where that hit the ground. It was pretty close to us along the concourse. 0-1 count right now. Hutchins lets that one pass her as it was very high. Evening the count at 1-1. This one, another foul ball, basically the same direction as that previous one. So now Hutchins has a 1-2 count. And Delaney Hunt is only 1 strike away from ending this inning. That's one fouled into the fence. So Hutchins stays alive. Big pitch right here from Hunt. This one hit into shallow right and caught for out number 3, and that ends the 4th. The Hawkettes, however, with 3 runs to make it a 1-run game. We are watching Hawkette softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks.
My team and I know sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a great education. Every pass, serve, and swish develops critical skills like teamwork and perseverance. As an Ankeny mom, I've seen how important they are for success in the classroom and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are a big reason why people love to call Ankeny home. That's why I'm a proud supporter. Whether you're looking to upgrade, downsize, even find a driveway that fits a basketball hoop, I'm here to help at every step and stage of life. But before that, let's cheer on our team.
Welcome back to Hawkette Softball and the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Daniel Seifert Real Estate Team. To lead off the top of the 5th is Grace Reiners, followed by Hannah Haxton and Chloe Helgeson. All three of them due up right now. Ankeny cut the lead from 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th off of a 3-run home run from Kensington Erringdale, and it was her 6th this season. Johnston now searching for a way to answer. Reiners was walked on her previous trip up. First one outside for ball 1. Johnston won the previous game 6-3. Both of these teams have scored more runs already in this game than they did in game 1. One count right here for Reiners. That one grounded to third. A fielding error, however, by Schlee. So, with that, Reiners gets to first in a leadoff single.
Batting the first baseman, number 35, Hannah Haxton.
Hannah Haxton with a single on her previous trip up. Haxton letting the first one pass her as it was called low for ball 1. One-0 count right here. No steal attempt from Reiners. She started heading that direction, decided to pull back. Two-0 count right here for Haxton. That one low again. Can't tell who that is that's pitching. We thought we might have had a pitching change. Runners now on second and first for Johnston. It is still Taylor Hinshaw who's at the circle right now. Ankeny's going to have a quick discussion at the circle. This game has been very back and forth. Ankeny has not led yet so far in this ball game. No outs right now as Johnston has a runner in scoring position. Nearing 9:30 here at the Ball Diamond. Helgeson at the plate right now. Helgeson trying to get her runners in to try to build their lead up again. That one fouled off for the first strike. Ankeny has one more hit than Johnston does in this ball game so far. Each of these teams with one fielding error. That one is in the zone for strike 2. Now Hinshaw is starting to flip the script here. One strike away from a strikeout. We've not seen a Johnston batter struck out yet in this ball game. That one outside for ball one to make the count 1-2. That one high to even the count at 2-2. Johnson with runners on second and first. Henshaw is not able to complete a strikeout as that one was fouled down the third baseline. Helgeson remains alive. Two-two count. Here's the pitch from Henshaw. This one grounded. Throw to first in time for out number one, Erringdale. Just in time on that throw. Now Emily Swally to the plate with two runners in scoring position.
Number 4, Emily Swally.
Swally with only one home run this season. First one in the zone for strike one. This one grounded to Erringdale again, but she has issues fielding it. And now we have a pickle. One run was already scored. She is safe at first. So it'll go as an RBI single for Swally. So the Dragons now lead 8-6.
Now batting the center fielder.
Madison Haddle now. This is only Haddle's second trip to the plate in this game. Tegan Halverson is courtesy running now in a Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution at first. 8-6 right now. Haddle without a home run this season. She has 2 runs batted in. Swing and a miss to even the count at 1-1. The only 2 innings where Johnson didn't get runs in were the first and the fourth. We're currently in the top of the 5th. The count now 1-2. Still 7-2 over on the baseball diamond. They're in the bottom of the 6th already. This one grounded. A missed tag right there. So Johnston loads the bases. And they bring Tilges to the plate. Boy, oh boy.
Now batting the designated player number 21, Ella Tilges.
Ella Tilges, the DP. Problem is for Johnson is that she's not had a home run this season. And the first one was high, past her for ball 1. But the other thing that Henshaw doesn't want to do is walk a runner in. in competitive games like this, you definitely don't want to let your opponent get ahead by, 3 or 4 runs. That one high for ball 2. This definitely isn't an intentional walk. Olivia Hemsath currently on deck. She's at the very bottom of the order. That one fouled up the fence behind home. So the count is now 2-1. Ankeny's gotten 1 out already. A double play for them right here would be exactly what they want. This one hit into right field is foul, just barely. So the count now goes 2-2. Tillage is just trying to get a ball in play here. Even a sacrifice fly would be huge for them. Here's a pitch. This one grounded. It is called foul. So how many foul balls will she hit? That is the question right now. We knew when we showed up that the wind would have a effect on the outcome of both of these games. Yesterday it was a home run hitter's field. Today it is the exact opposite. This one hit up into center, and it is caught for out number 2. Here's a tag up from second to third. Throw to third, offline. So a sacrifice fly works for Tilges to build it back to a 3-run lead, and Johnston now leads 9-6.
Now batting the second baseman, number 6, Olivia Hemsath.
Now Hemsath up to the plate with runners on second and third. That one fouled off the fence behind home for an early 0-1 count. Dragons with 2 runs in this inning. Hemsath at the very bottom of the order grounds that one. Put out 4-3 in time. The Ankeny Hawkettes give up 2 runs and now trail by 3 once again.
2 runs on.
When we come back, it is Bach, Eiley, and Munger due up in the bottom of the 5th. You are watching Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Sounded good, but I don't know about eating spice this late.
9-6 right now. The Dragons lead in the bottom of the 5th. Ankeny so far has done a good job of at least responding. The Dragons have scored. They lost game 1 today 6-3. The question is, can they claw back into this one? It is Bach, Eiley, and Munger all due up here in the bottom of the 5th for the Hawkettes. And all 3 of them were out on their previous trips to the plate. All 3 of them on their first attempts to the plate had reached first, and they had all scored as well. Briley Bach right here trying to generate some momentum here in the bottom of the fifth. This one grounded immediately. One pitch, one out for the Dragons here to start off the bottom of the fifth. And that is Olivia Hemstath, who is seeing the action there at second. Hemstath has been responsible on 2 groundouts for Johnston here in this ball game today. She also saw a lot of action in game 1. That pitch low for ball 1. Kinsley Eiley was walked on her previous trip up. This one popped into center, shallow and caught for out number 2. And that is her second fly out to the outfield in this ball game. 3 pitches in, 2 outs already. At this pace, we might just see a 1-2-3 inning here. Munger running out of the box again. That one was fouled out of play. She was just hoping it was fair, but it was definitely not fair by our look. Delaney Hunt still in the circle. Johnson with nobody in their bullpen right now, to no shock. That one high for ball 1 to even the count. That one is call the ball. Couldn't even tell its trajectory from up here. Two-one count right here with 2 outs. This one hit and getting on the ground. So Munger gets a single here. This is the first to get on base this inning for Ankeny. Perfect placement on the hit. Morgan Fisher now back up. She's had back-to-back singles on her previous trips. First one outside for ball 1. One-oh count right here. This one hit into center field. Caught for out number 3. As it was center fielder Addison Haddle running and reaching out to get it. And no runs for Ankeny in the bottom of the 5th. When we come back, Johnston up to the plate on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks.
Searching for a home that combines a resort lifestyle with the comfort of being close to your loved ones? At Epcon Communities, we make building your dream home an easy and exciting journey. Choose the floor plan that fits your lifestyle. Handpick the finishes to make it uniquely yours, and leave the rest to us. We'll handle the construction. You focus on the fun part. After closing day, your new home is all yours, ready for you to start enjoying the community, the amenities, and that special sense of belonging. Visit clarityconstruction.com for more.
9-6 ball game still after a scoreless bottom of the 5th for Ankeny. And now they are starting to run out of room as they only have 2 more innings left to try to make a 3-run comeback. And that is also without giving up any more runs at that. The Johnston Dragons have scored in 3 of the 5 innings so far. They lead off with the top of their order, starting with Brylan Brylan Pettick. First one is high for ball one. While Ankeny is running out of time, I am running out of voice. My vocal cords getting sore. That one outside for ball two. Pettick without a hit so far in this one. She was walked on her previous trip up. She got a 3-0 count right now and is one ball away from back-to-back walks. That one is low, and that is back-to-back drawn walks for Pettick. Reagan Pitts now back to the plate. She was one who got called out for running out of the box on one of her hits. And because of that, she does not have a hit yet in this game either. She pulls off her bunt and a steal from second by Pettick. Reagan Pitts with the 1-0 count. That one outside again. Two 0 count. Here's the pitch from. It is in right on the ground. And Pettick reaches third off of the single for Pitts.
Now batting the shortstop, number 25, Grace Reiners.
Grace Reiner's now back. She had a single on her previous trip, walked before that. That bomb pop color of a bat. That one was fouled down the left field line. With that bomb pop design, the question is, can she hit a bomb with it? If she did, it would blow this game wide open. This one hit shallow infield, caught, and the throw back to first in time for a double play. Great work by Munger. Emma, the younger of the two, playing second in this game. And the runner on third remains put. Hannah Hacks now dealing with 2 outs. And the first pitch passer for ball one. This one blasted into right center and is caught for out number 3. The Hawkettes hold Johnston scoreless in the 6th. When they come back, it is Nelson, Arringdale, and Munger due up on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
All the pets in Ankeny can't wait to see us at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Located just south of Uptown, our family-owned and operated practice has yearly plans with monthly pay options. Your dog or cat can get routine and preventative care before you may ever even know they are sick. From dental care to x-rays to our own pharmacy, we love them like our own. Your pets are our pets at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital.
The swag surfing is surfing along the speakers here at Dick Rasmussen Field, but nobody in the stands is surfing along with it. Hawkettes currently trail 9-6 right now against Johnston. They have Nelson, Erringdale, and Munger all due up right now here in this inning. The question is, what can they do to tie it up? The Hawkettes have had a pair of 3-run innings, but those came in the 2nd and 4th. But the pattern has been going 0-3-0-3. In their previous inning, they had no runs. So the question is now, can the Hawkettes continue following that pattern with a potential 3-run inning to tie it up? We're going to find out right here.
Leading off for Ankeny, the center fielder, number 1, Avery Nelson.
So Avery Nelson, who has reached first on her previous 2 trips up, runs out of the zone again. How many more times is that going to happen in this ball game? They've been getting very aggressive with it. 1-0 count right here for Nelson. That one out of the zone again. Quick discussion here between Delaney Hunt and her catcher, Emily Swally. Nelson is only 2 balls away from reaching first for the 3rd time in a row tonight. Two-0 count right here for Nelson. The wind has died down significantly. Flag's still blowing, but not ripping in the wind. That is the first strike of this trip to the plate for Nelson. Ankeny with 9 hits in this game. That one is fouled out of play. Here's the Ankeny bullpen. 9 hits for Ankeny, 8 for Johnston in this one. But 2 fielding errors by the Hawkettes are part of the reason that they trail by 3. Nelson with the 2-2 count. That one, another foul ball into the fence behind home. So she stays alive. Nelson continuing to battle. Two-two count. Here's a pitch. Nelson ran out of the zone again. That 3rd strike was dropped, but she was tagged for out number 1. So now Kensington Erringdale.
Number 2, Kensington Erringdale.
With 1 out already. Ankeny has 5 left to try to complete a comeback. This one blasted into right, but caught for out number 2 off the very first pitch. And while this wind may die down, it is still preventing a lot of home runs. Munger now in the DP position.
Not that I know of. I don't know, like the prongs coming up next week.
Munger lets the first one past her for strike 1. That one into the zone, and our ump behind home makes it very apparent. 0-2 count now for Munger with 2 outs. This inning is one strike away from being over. That one outside. Count now 1-2. If Munger is struck out, it would be a 1-2-3 inning for Johnston. It would be their first of this game. This one hit high and shallow. Caught at shortstop for out number 3, and that is just that. A 1-2-3 inning. So when we come back, Johnson will see the plate with Helgeson, Swally, and Haddle all due up. You're watching Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
My team and I know sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a great education. Every pass, serve, and swish develops critical skills like teamwork and perseverance. As an Ankeny mom, I've seen how important they are for success in the classroom and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are a big reason why people love to call Ankeny home. That's why I'm a proud supporter. Whether you're looking to upgrade, downsize, even find a driveway that fits a basketball hoop, I'm here to help at every step and stage of life. But before that, let's cheer on our team.
It's been a very long night so far as we are nearing 10 p.m. Meanwhile, Ankeny still trailing by 3 against Johnston. They're trying to avoid being swept on their home field tonight, but for how this game is looking, that might just be the reality that they are doomed to. Henshaw still at the circle as she went in for Sarah Munger, who had started this game. Chloe Helgeson leading off the top of the 7th. Johnson up by 3 comfortably. And Helgeson now with a 1-0 count. Helgeson letting that one past her as well. So it is now a 2-0 count. Dragons defense had a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 6th. Just haven't seen one of those yet from the Ankeny defense. At least not since the top of the 1st. So 2-1 count right here for Helgeson. That one is a foul. And yesterday, Ankeny had swept Southeast Polk, not necessarily with strikeouts, but just using their infield defense to get a lot of putouts. Right now, Helgeson is at 2-2 count. A lot more noise being made on the baseball field than on the softball field right now. That one, another foul ball as Helgeson was ahead of it. Over on the baseball field, it is currently 7-3. Ankeny down to their last out over there in a 3-0 count. This one hit foul again, but caught for out number 1. Good hustle by Ava Schlee for the first out of this inning.
Now batting the catcher, number 4, Emily Swally.
It's Emily Swally now up. Swally has reached first 2 times out of her 3 trips. The only time she didn't was with a fly out to right field in the top of the 3rd. That was another pop fly, this time caught by Emma Munger. So that's 2 quick outs.
Now batting the center fielder, number
Ankeny
5,
started this
Johnston
game with a
Ankeny.
1-2-3 inning. In the top of the first, they might have a 1-2-3 inning right here in the top of the 7th. First pitch by outside of Heddle, 4-1. That one outside again. The count now 2-0. Hinshaw has been a reliever for a lot of games this season. She played the reliever role in game 1 yesterday against Southeast Polk. Only 1 inning she had pitched out of that one. But she's now up to a 3-0 count on Haddle. That one outside and in the dirt. So Ankeny was on pace for a 1-2-3 inning, but a walk ends those hopes.
Now batting the designated player, number 21, Ella Tiltus.
Ella Tilges right now. She hits that one in the left, but the line out is taken care of by a left fielder.
No runs on no hits with no errors.
Morgan
One run
Fisher.
for the Dragons in the 7th.
And they hold the Dragons scoreless in the top of the 7th. Ankeny down to their last chance to try to make a comeback when we come back on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Well, the Johnston baseball team just swept Ankeny. And right now, the Johnston softball team is looking to do the same here as they lead by 3 runs and are only 3 outs away. Johnston with the potential to go 4-0 with both their teams here at Ankeny tonight. Ava Schlee, Emerson Hutchins, and Briley Bach all due up for Ankeny here. They're down to their last 3 outs to try to make a comeback. They've had 9 hits so far in this game.
Leading off for the Hawkettes, the third baseman, number 24, Ava
In the previous
Schlee.
inning, they were out in a 1-2-3 sequence. Ava Schlee is without a hit yet. Her previous 2 times have been outfield flyouts. That one outside for ball 1 as it was past the glove of catcher Emily Swally. So 1-0 count right here for Schlee. She makes contact with that one, but it is fouled. One count is Weir at 10:04 p.m. right now. This one popped up beyond the lights here. That one dropped by catcher Swally in foul territory. So the count is now 1-2. That one was right along the fence. After that sweep of Southeast Polk last night, you wonder if these players are a little bit fatigued. That one in the zone for strike 3. Delaney Hunt with her first strikeout of tonight.
Now batting the first baseman, number 22, Emmy Hutchins.
Emmy Hutchins now to the plate. We should say that was Hunt's second strikeout of tonight. That one fouled off and out of play. Early 0-1 count for Hutchins. One count. Here's the pitch. That one outside for ball one. The Johnston team bus is pulled up and parked. They're actually going over a speed bump. Probably taking the baseball team back. That one popped up into the outfield and it is gone. Emerson Hutchins with a spark of hope here for Ankeny as they cut the lead to 2. A solo shot. And her third home run this season. And maybe, just maybe, Ankeny has something in them. That was their 10th hit of this game. A very impressive one. So now Briley Bach with another shot to left center. That one is caught for out number 2. Talk about a flip of events right there. Now Kinsley Eiley, the last hope.
Number 26, Kinsley Eiley.
Ankeny with 2 outs. Eiley without a hit yet today. That one outside for ball 1. This one grounded right to third. And it is a 5-3 putout that ends the game. And Ankeny is swept on their home field on this Wednesday night. Losing 9-7. Hutchins provided a spark of hope, but it was extinguished right away. Tomorrow night we come back. One game against Waukee starting at 7 p.m. here on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert real estate team. With that, I'm Nick Menson with you here tonight. We say so long from Ankeny High School.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet, with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life. It's the Carl way.